should you do a master's degree? At the minute, I'm a fourth year doing masters in marketing at Huddersfield University, and just in this video, I just want to talk about should you do one? Is it the right thing for you, etc., etc. Really, the only person who can decide that is yourselves. But I can sort of talk you through a little bit of my experience, I suppose, and maybe the attributes you should have if you want to actually do a master's degree, or some of the wants that you want. It might not be for you. It depends on the career path you want to take, or maybe you want to go self-employment or whatever it is. It might not be the right thing for you, or it might be. So I mean, the ultimate thing, it depends which sort of area of work you actually want to go into. What do you want to do? I mean, for me, I'm doing a master's in marketing. So I'm looking to also do teacher training and get into teaching at some point. So for me to do a master's, because I want to go into teaching, is sort of necessary. Especially sort of if I wanted to teach at university level down the road, probably like 10 years. I'm only sort of 22 at the minute. But if I wanted to go into teaching, it's always good to get as many qualifications as you can within the area that you want to teach. So that's the reason why I'm doing it. Also, I want to start my own business one day. So as much knowledge I can gain on marketing, on business, on anything like that, that's fit for me. So you have to ask yourselves, what do you want to do? What are you studying right now? You might just be thinking about even just going to university, which I'll leave for another video. But if you've on your third year or second year now, you need to think like, the subjects that you're doing surrounding that. Is there a particular area of interest within the subject? Because you've got with a BA Honours, it's a really sort of broad spectrum of stuff. You're covering a lot of things. There might be like a couple of elements within that unit that you might like, and then you might want to do that as a specialist sort of subject in a master's. That is possible to do, depending on the area. Like I've got a friend who did broadcast media, and he liked audio. He liked doing the audio area, so he's now doing a master's, or he's going to do one, in just specialising in audio. So you can have a look at the course that you're doing now, figure out which bits you like the most, and then try and do a master's degree around that. Make sure you do your research on that though, and make sure you choose the right university that's good for you. Go to the university, talk to the tutors, make sure it's right for you, right? So another question to ask is, can you just manage another year of education? Because I know when I finish my sort of undergrad 3-year BA Honours course, I was I was actually a bit burnt out of education, but I thought to myself, one more year, I've gained a lot of skills, I know what to do in terms of research, study skills, timing, because obviously in your first year, just everything goes down the pan in terms of keeping towards deadlines and things like that. At least it did for me. So on the 4th year, by then you should know what you need to do, in terms of studying and time management and all that sort of stuff. So another year of education when you've already know what you should be doing in terms of those things, it's not too bad if you think of it in that way. It just also depends what you want to go into, because some areas are bloody difficult compared to others. So don't think you don't think you have to do the exact same course as your undergrad. So you might be doing, like say, media. Doesn't necessarily mean you have to just do a master's in media, or you've done business studies. Doesn't mean you have to do a generalised business studies. You go to like marketing, whatever. You don't have to just do the topic title or the title of your course within a master's. You can actually choose. You can also switch. So you might do something that's not fully related to your course. So for me, I did media, I did broadcast media, and then I did masters in marketing. Now media and marketing, they have a little bit of crossover, a little bit of links, but it's not fully sort of linked together. So you can, change for your 4th year if you wanted to, a little bit. So another good reason to do a master's degree is it actually sort of sets you apart from those doing just their undergrad, doing the 3 years. And that might be good for job opportunities. Again, it depends which area of work you want to go into. Some employers don't really care too much about qualification, but more experience. So I mean that's another tactic you can do. You can actually do your 4th year, do your masters, but then sort of get work experience on the side, which you didn't get in sort of your 3 years. So work experience in that specialist area, and just do that alongside the qualification. So then you've got the extra qualification and the extra bit of work experience. There's another way of doing it, but some employers do put as high regard as getting a master's degree and possibly a PhD. That's another video. You also need to understand that you do get less finance on a master's degree, so you need to understand that you're not going to be living the high life. You can obviously get a part-time job alongside your masters, but remember that you're going to be doing sort of 30 hours a week research minimum. That's if you want to really try with the degree. You need to be researching, reading books. It's massive. It's more than an undergrad. So you've got a lot of work to do, so you can't be working sort of 30 hours a week and doing a full-time master's course. It's just not going to work out. So do understand that you're going to have a lot less money. You get, I think in the UK, you get it's at £10,000, but that's to pay for your course, accommodation and living. So it's a big issue for me. I used to run an online business. I used to run selling products on eBay and Amazon, so I managed to save up a little bit of money to top me up alongside the master's degree loan you can get. So I was okay there, but you got to understand that you're probably going to be financially better off for this 1 year if you did get a full-time job. But it depends what you want more. Do you want the money more straight away, or do you want that extra year of education so you can put that on your CV and possibly get better job opportunities in the future? So short term, it might be best for you financially to get a full-time job, but long term, that extra education can help you out. So it depends what you want as a person. Again, masters is actually extremely challenging. It's not an undergrad. It's another level up. You think of a game. You get level 1, 2, 3, and it gets harder and harder and harder and harder. Yeah, it's just like that. It gets even more harder. So you got to ask yourself, are you up for the challenge of doing that? And so those are just my thoughts on doing a master's degree. Hopefully you find a course that's right for you. Just shop about a bit. Just have a look around, see what you can find, and just ask about it. Maybe try and have a word with some of the tutors and all the rest of it, and just see if it's right for you. Don't say a blanket no, or don't just say yes and rush into it. Just investigate it and make sure you find the right opportunities. So if you've enjoyed the video, don't forget to give the video a thumbs up, share it with some friends who might be considering doing a master's as well, and I'll see you guys in my next video.